Hi, Matt here again. So I thought I'd share a couple of products that I bought recently with you, and these are basically from a company called Sarissa rather, Precision.com. Okay, and a lot of people are getting very excited about some of the things they've got on their website. They've got castles, lots of different kind of terrain features, lots of very interesting buildings, all from NDF. And I've actually ordered. I think I've ordered a cart, but I also ordered these Redoubts, these earthwork Redoubts. Okay, now they're all made out of MDF. Okay, so they basically pop out and assemble when you put them together. So I ordered a very simple earthwork Redoubt for my English Civil War cannon, although I might use them for my Wars of the Roses cannon. And I ordered the Gabion Redoubt. Okay, with the gabions. Now on the website these look absolutely fantastic when they're painted up, and again it's all MDF and it all pops out and assembles. And the reason why I bought these is because for a while I've had a few of these guys, the English Civil War cannon. Okay, and the way I usually do it is I just basically flock a piece of ground earthwork and basically just stick a cannon on the top. Alright, so there you go, get your cannon. Okay, very simple, and can be used in any kind of rule set. Because one thing that I tend to do as well, I don't just play things like the pike and shot. I can also play the pikeman's lament. Okay, where you tend to just have one gun and a few men with it. Now, so I've got all these kind of spare gunners and cannoneers, loaders, etc., sort of knocking about from the English Civil War. And I thought, well, these guys really need somewhere to stand and to kind of, stand around their cannon, put their cannon on something really nice looking, and kind of make a sort of terrain feature out of it. All right, because they're, quite nice figures. I think they're all Perry's again. Yeah, Perry's figures. I think he's a commander actually. I think that's supposed to be Cromwell, but he's a bit short and squat, and that guy is just one of the cannon commanders as well. So basically they're Perry cannons, Perry miniatures, and I don't really have anywhere to kind of base them at the minute. And my usual method of basing is this. This is a cannon that I use for pike and shot. Okay, so we've got the guys standing around it, the loaders, the breech, the guy with the breech, the mop for the breech, the loading, a scoop, okay, for the gunpowder, okay, and the guy at the back kind of in command. Looks a little bit like some kind of parson, doesn't he? Yeah, some kind of 17th century parson. So that's the way I usually base them, and with this one my intention is to kind of flock it and put some grass on it, etc., etc., just so it kind of stands out on the battlefield. So that was my intention, but now obviously I've seen these things, these Redoubts, and they look really, really nice. They look especially nice on the website when they're all painted up. So my intention is to paint these up, assemble them, and place my cannon upon them. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to crack it open, at least the smaller one anyway, because the big one looks quite hefty. And let's have a look what it looks like together. Okay, excuse me just randomly filming a white table. Okay, so English timber frame, so that, I think that's the name of the material. Okay, the MDF that's being used, and it's a Redoubt. So, nice. So basically what you get is, this looks like the earthwork around the timber frame. These are the instructions. Okay, so yeah, so it all fits together very nicely, very simply. And then basically the card at the front, oh yeah, that slots into the wood to kind of give it a kind of a sloping grassy frontage. Okay, which of course you can then flock. So we pop these out, it should start to give us some kind of sense of what it looks like. So pop that one out. Now this is the base, and this is kind of like broken boards and things. Okay, don't worry about all the pieces coming off, that's just the excess wood. Okay, it's just around the outside, it's not part of the model itself. Okay, and yeah, so looking quite interesting. Pop these pieces out as well. I love this stuff because it's so easy just to kind of assemble, isn't it? It's like jigsaw puzzles. Yeah. And this MDF cutting has just made everything just so simple in terms of terrain and buildings. And it's much better than plastic. Or even metal. Okay. So that's all the pieces. Okay. So how do we assemble it? Look at the instructions. So the first bit goes on the sides. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So these corner pieces go. Move it down so you guys can see. These corner pieces go here. Doesn't matter which way around we go. Okay, these corner pieces go here. Now I'm not sure if this needs gluing or not. Probably, because they look a bit loose. Okay. And they go around like that. And then the front piece goes up against these two at the front, and you've got like kind of a fence effect there, which goes on the inside actually, not the outside, because this is where you're going to put the grass and the flock in. So it just slots down onto here. Like that, there you go. Okay, so there's your front part with your gun to rest against. Clip that back in again. Probably gonna have to glue this all together, to be honest. Okay, and then this part goes here. So those two little notches on the front, they go into the little notches on the front of the post. Oh, and that slides down there. So what I think I'll do is I'll take these out and then put that there. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Goes against the post, and then they slide in to position. Again, like I say, this is probably going to all need gluing in place. Just thought I'd assemble it for you guys. Okay. So we've got the boards that are resting on probably the dirt or the grass, okay, to support the gun. Okay, yep, okay. That's not too bad. And then these two pieces go at the sides, and they clip into the. Oh, that's quite nice. Yeah, they clip into the sides, and they go into the front of the gun as well, into the front of there. So they go all the way down there, and onto there. Okay, well, you've got it. Okay, and then again with the make sure you've got the fence effect on the inside. There you go. So, wow, that is quite nice, isn't it? Okay, and then I expect the cardboard, as you can see there, kind of goes as like a little frontage that you can then flock and cover in material, okay, mud, etc. So if we take the gun and we put him there up against the Redoubt, there we go, we can kind of get a bit of an idea about what this should look like. There we go, that is a really nice piece of kit. I'm really sorry that I based my guys now. I'm going to have to cut them off the bases so that I can make them fit around. But I do like that. That's really quite nice. Get him in there. Yeah, he should be in trying to turn the gun. Okay. There we go. Obviously the guys need rebasing. I'm going to have to try to work out some way of getting them off those bases, and then I can put them onto the Redoubt. There we go, that's quite nice, I like that a lot. And that is basically it, apart from the frontage, and obviously flocking all around the sides, paint the wooden part, okay, and position the gun in place as well. And I think what you could probably do is I'm not sure I would even glue the gun into position, because then you basically got it static, then you can't swap it out for anything else. So I'd probably leave the gun loose, and then I could move different guns into position. And this doesn't have to be a Redoubt for a English Civil War army like this. It could be American Civil War, it could be Wars of the Roses. I've got two Wars of the Roses cannon that I ordered from Perry, so I've got them to assemble, so they could quite easily go in there as well. So yeah, so you get two in a pack, which is pretty good. And then the other one, obviously with the big gabions, is a lot more complex. I'm not going to put that together now, but I will do it in the next week, and I will paint them up, flock them, and I will show you what they look like. But yeah, just one last reminder then, they're from SarissaPrecision.com, and they are quite nice. I really like those. Really easy to put together, and yeah, they look great. That's going to look fantastic when it's painted up. I say so myself. Okay, I've just got to figure out a way to get those guys off those square bases now. Right, okay, so cheers guys, and I will see you later. Stay safe. Bye.